The energetic dance of control. How manipulators feed on you, and why silence starves them. People don't need your love. People don't need your forgiveness. People don't even need your presence, not really. What they crave, what truly keeps them alive in the shadowy corners of your life, is your energy, your attention, your outrage, your confusion. Every look you give them, every explanation you try to offer, every time you raise your voice or break down crying in front of them. To them, it's a feast. See, manipulation is not a strategy of strength. It's a performance of need, wrapped in the costume of control. At its core, manipulation is vampiric. Not in a mythological sense, but in the emotional, energetic sense. They drain you because they cannot generate their own light. They demand your focus because they have none of their own. They poke, provoke, gaslight, guilt trip. Because every time you react, you confirm that they still have power over you. They don't care if your attention comes from love or hate, despair or guilt, fear or fury. All they want is your response. To a manipulator, your emotional chaos is evidence that they still matter in your world. Your protest is proof that the hook is still buried somewhere beneath your skin. So they keep pulling, they keep baiting. They push your buttons not out of ignorance, but with surgical precision, because they know exactly where you'll break. And when you do, they wear your fracture like a crown. But here's the secret they'll never tell you. They can't handle your silence. Not true silence. Not the cold shoulder or passive aggression. Not the silence that plays games. No. What terrifies them is real silence. The silence that says, I see you now, and I owe you nothing. The silence of no longer defending yourself. The silence of not explaining your pain. The silence of someone who has walked through fire and is no longer afraid to leave the burning house behind. When you stop reacting, you rob them of their script. You remove yourself from the stage, and without you, the play collapses. Because manipulative people cannot manipulate the air. They need a counterpart, a partner in their twisted dance. They cannot win a game if you don't sit at the table. So when you go quiet, truly quiet, when your heart no longer trembles in their presence, that's when they panic. They will accuse you of being heartless. They'll say you're not the person they thought you were. They might beg or rage or suddenly play the victim. But all of it, every move, is a last attempt to plug themselves back into your energy field. Because without your reactions, without your explanations, without your willingness to be misunderstood, they have nothing. They wither. They become dust in the corners of your life. You see, silence isn't just the absence of sound. It's the presence of clarity. It's a sacred boundary. It's a space where you reclaim your soul. When you go silent, you create a vacuum. And in that space, you begin to hear your own thoughts again, your own desires, your own voice. It's in that silence that healing begins, not with a bang, but with a gentle unlearning. You begin to realize that not every message deserves a reply, that not every accusation needs a defense, that not every storm requires your effort to calm it. Because some storms are not meant to be survived, they are meant to be walked away from. The manipulator thrives on entanglement. They live in the web of reactions and emotions and endless dialogues. But when you learn to pause, to observe, to let their chaos fall to the floor like shattered glass without trying to pick it up, you are no longer a participant. You are free. And freedom doesn't always come with trumpets. Sometimes it comes with silence. A stillness so deep that even your heartbeat begins to whisper again. I am mine. So let them say you're cold. Let them call you selfish. Let them weep and scream and throw the arrows they always throw. But this time, do not catch them. Let them fall. Because this is not revenge. It's not punishment. It's not cruelty. It is liberation. It is the soft, powerful refusal to keep feeding a system that only grows when you bleed. You're not starving them out of hatred. You're just choosing to nourish yourself instead. And that, more than anything, breaks the spell. Because once you taste the peace of being untangled from their chaos, once you feel the silence bloom like spring inside your chest, you will never again confuse noise for connection, and you will never again hand over your light to someone who only came to steal it. Let them talk. Let them twist your silence into stories. Let them wither in the absence of your fire. You do not need to light every darkness, especially not the one that tried to swallow you whole. Walk on, silent, still, whole,